Ladies and gentlemen, we now have the privilege of sharing in the story of Marion Weisskopff and her horse Benny, and to see firsthand what they have been able to achieve through determination, courage and training and trust, and many, many hours of hard work. You will notice that Marion is riding Benny bareback at this time, and she will be riding this entire program with only a piece of binder twine around his neck. When Benny was born in 1977 in West Germany, bred 3/4 Arabian and 1/4 Welsh pony, he was an arrogant little horse, so much so that by the time he was only 18 months old, he was at what is known in Germany as the butcher. In England, that would be called the knackers, and here in North America, the glue factory. Had it not been for Marion's parents salvaging the animal from the slaughterhouse, something which they did with a number of horses for their riding school needs, Benny would not have lived to see his second birthday. He was arrogant and he was dangerous, but he was to become 14-year-old Marion's very own horse. She was too young to have learned to be afraid. Her youth and her mother's experience as a riding instructor in Germany allowed her every opportunity to learn from other than the usual sources about different training and riding styles. In her determination to train Benny, Marion soon found that he was mean and tricky as well as dangerous. Once, she spent an hour just trying to catch him in a box stall. He would attack her with his feet and try to strike her with his feet. Once he reared up and flipped over backwards onto Marion, and on more than one occasion he almost killed her. But Marion did not give up on Benny, and of course she did not tell her parents about what really was going on, knowing that to do so would have condemned him to a repeat, and this time not to be interrupted, visit to the butcher. At the time, Western riding was just becoming popular in West Germany, and Marion was able to attend a couple of training and riding clinics given by an American trainer. Benny seemed to respond favorably to this type of training, but still, the first show they went to was a total disaster. So bad, in fact, that thought was given again to that one-way trip to the butcher. No one but Marion and Benny himself really know quite what happened at that time. But from then on, Benny began to improve dramatically. Marion had been the only one looking after Benny, the only one training and riding him. Gradually, imperceptibly, he had begun to trust her because she had never let him down in any way, and a real friendship had begun to grow. For the next 2 years, they did very well at horse shows, even competing successfully in German and European championship shows, winning many ribbons. Then in the fall of 1984, an event happened that could have been the end of it all again for Benny. The family decided to move to Canada, and all of the horses from the riding stable, all that is except Benny, whom no one seemed to want other than Marion. What was she to do? She spent her first summer in Canada working as a horse trainer, and with the money she made and help from her parents, she was able to bring Benny to Canada by air. Here he experienced a new lifestyle, much to the liking of the once mean little horse, from living in a box stall with only an hour a day to graze, to spending his days in a big meadow with plenty of room to run and lots of fresh air and sunshine. Benny was happy. Benny was happy, and though Marion went on training many other horses, her first love always has been the slaughterhouse horse, which you see here today. In Canada, Marion has shown him in BC horse shows, has done cowboy work with him, and has camped in the mountains. In 1988, they went on their first competitive trail ride, the whole ride being done with just a string around Benny's neck, and they placed first. 1989, they placed second in the 30-mile competitive trail ride in Culloden with another of Marion's horses, this time taking second place, and another horse of Marion's training ridden by a friend. Took first place. The once wild and mean little slaughterhouse horse who was condemned to death at one time. Through Marion's courage and perseverance and her truly amazing gift with these animals, has transformed this fine animal into a good friend and a great spirit for all time. Today, Benny lives happily on a meadow in Kamloops, where he and Marion moved to last fall, and where she is establishing herself in her own horse training role, giving clinics and training horses. Marion continues to buy horses with others, which others have not found too desirable, and to train them, turning them into fine animals and selling them to deserving clients. One such horse, Jet, has been selected by the Victoria City Police for use in their patrol work around city parks and for the upcoming Commonwealth Games. Already we hear Jet has assisted in making several arrests. Will be seen on postcards with the Victoria Police, and if you watch carefully, you may see him on the evening news on television occasionally. I want to say to all of you in the audience tonight, a reminder that this entire performance is not only bareback, but without the benefit of a bridle. And it's been a very, very great honor for me to be able to tell this story about Marion and Benny and to share it with all of you. Could we now ask for a most deserving round of final applause for Marion and Benny?
Thank you, Lyle.